also asked the American people to help them. They asked people not to buy grapes. Refusing to do something for a cause is called a boycott. But would the growers give in?
Okay, so what have we learned so far? Turn to someone and tell them what information you pulled from this.
What information I
They're not here.
Fatima, what did we learn about Cesar Chavez?
We learned about Cesar Chavez that he was an advocate
For
saying, standing up and saying that, hey, these people are not getting enough money, so he told people not to buy the grapes anymore.
Okay, as a way to stand up for the people who were picking these grapes, absolutely. But which right is he an advocate for?
Help.
What do you think, Angelica?
Safety.
And why do you say that? What's your evidence?
My evidence is that because the people, they don't have, some places they don't have water, electricity, or food,
Cool. So is that a safe or an unsafe environment?
and unsafe environment.
Okay.
He wants to make sure that they're safe.
Okay. I would also say that it could fit under another basic right.
I got one.
What do you think, Serenity? Which ones? For food and water and basic survival needs. So he's kind of an advocate for two of these rights, right? For basic survival needs and for health and safety. Okay, let's keep reading. Yes, ma'am.
Why would he say not to buy the grapes? I know.
Okay, so okay.
Because
Hold on a second. With boycotting, okay, so the strikers, when people go on strike, this is when they picket in a line. We talked about this, the people that are outside of the Capitol, right? They are saying they're trying to send a message to somebody. And those people are out there because they don't agree with what's going on there. These guys are in a line and they're all forming together to show how many people are unhappy with something. Okay, so these guys, in this case, they're unhappy because they wanted better pay. They weren't getting paid what they needed to be paid. Imagine getting paid 1 cent when you've worked a very long day. It's not fair, and they didn't think it was fair. So they went on strikes. And what they asked them to do, other people out there who may not pick grapes for a living, but they asked that the people out in the communities boycott means don't buy the grapes. Don't do it.
why?
Because they wanted them to show their support for the people who needed better pay. So then if those people, the people who had the grape farms, if they weren't able to make money because no one was buying their grapes,
They would use their farm.
then they would be, that would send the message that you need to pay your people better. So it's trying to send a message, right?
So that's like kind of the message, don't buy the grapes.
Don't buy the
That's
grapes
how they-
because we're not paid.
Like how
Fairly.
Martin Luther King told the people not to ride the buses.
Yeah, exactly. Remember with Martin Luther King, he
Yeah.
said don't ride the buses. It was their boycott. Exactly,
Oh,
Ricardo.
like how they did disagree, and that's why Martin Luther King got. That's what Rosa Parks did. She's sitting in front of the bus. Then she's sitting back on she wanted to write like it's not fair only the white people get to sit in the front. And Martin Luther King, like how they said don't buy the grapes. Well, Martin Luther King said don't ride the buses.
That's a boycott. They're trying to show support. And so all of the African Americans said, okay, we're not going to ride the bus. So those bus people lost out on money. So they're trying to send a message that way. You guys are so smart. Let's keep going. We have one more page. Okay? Yes, ma'am.
I have a question. Like, if they were on a bus and they didn't want black and white people to be put together, then why don't they make it to where like black people go on a different bus and white people go on a different bus?
You know, I don't have the answer for that. I wasn't around during that time. It's a really good question. But we'll have to look more into that later. Let's keep talking about Cesar Chavez though. Okay, we'll come back to that question. Remind me again and we'll look up the answer. Hold on, Felipe. Okay, success. In 1970, most of the grape growers gave in. They gave the farm workers more pay. They gave in, they said, okay, you guys win. They also gave them better living conditions. Because remember how Angelica, or I think it was Serenity, or it was Angelica who said they didn't have any water. They didn't have any bathrooms, right? They didn't have any electricity, right? So that's basic survival needs. Every child, every human that we've talked about in the United Nations has the right to basic survival needs, okay? Where am I? After the strike?
Yes.
After the strike, Chavez helped pass the first United States law to help farm workers. He also spoke out against pesticides. Pesticides are a spray. Okay, those poisons, and it's a poison, were sprayed in the fields to kill insects, but they hurt the health of farm workers. Chavez never stopped working to make a difference. So right there, can I tell you that sentence right there told me that Cesar Chavez is an advocate for health and safety. My evidence is that he spoke out against pesticides. Those poisons were sprayed in the fields to kill insects, but they hurt the health of farm workers. So Janaea, right there off the bat, that's telling me that he's an advocate for health. He wants his people to be healthy and not be around those things. Does that make sense to you guys? What?
Can I read the next
Oh yeah, there's the stamp. You want to read it, Andrew? Go ahead.
Stamp or success? The
Of
United
success.
or success.
Of success.
Stamp of success.
Yep.
The United States honors Cesar Chavez with this stamp. How would you honor Cesar Chavez?
It's a good question. Let's come back to that one. I want to switch over to this really quickly. I want us to do a quick turn and talk about Cesar Chavez. And remember, we had a focus question. Okay, how do they influence the way things are done? First of all, do you think Cesar Chavez was a human rights advocate?
Yes.
Oh, think. And then you have to defend your answer. You have to say why or why not. If you say yes, tell me why. If you say no, tell me why not. Turn to your partners.
I think Cesar
Why else?
I say yes because Cesar Chavez has the human rights health and safety to if you give them if you work too much, if they give you one cent, that's not Cesar Chavez doesn't even
Human rights advocate or not?
Yes.
Why do we say that, Jaya? Or you weren't here, baby.
I said yes because
Let's go with Jade.
He is an advocate because he stepped up for pay.
Track your speaker.
Because he stood up for our pay and safety.
Whose pay?
The farmers.
Okay. And why was he sticking up for them? Why was he wanting to be an advocate for the farm workers?
He was trying to be an advocate for the farmers because we needed safety and help.
Who can help her with that?
Ooh.
I know where you're going with that, but it's not super clear enough. Ricardo, help her out.
I think she helped. He helped her because he remembered back when he was a little kid how he used to be like the farm workers, so that's why he helped them.
Okay,
They could be like him.
but why would he want to help them? Remembering all the things that happened in his life?
Because
He wanted to help them because?
he wants to help them because so they can have a better life and not suffer.
Okay.
I got.
So what did he just say?
He was trying to be help.
Could you repeat that again?
When I say why he helped them is because he wants them to have a better life so they could suffer. He wants them to have a better life and he don't want them to suffer.
I totally agree with you, but I also think it's so they get treated
Fairly.
I agree with Ricardo.
which is kind of where these rights are going, right? It's treating each other fairly, that every person has the right to these things. It's not one person or the other, one race or the other, one gender or the other. It's about everybody and equality, right? Next question. Really quickly, I'm going to skip. We're going to talk about this one. You're going to write about it today. But I want you to think about, how did Cesar Chavez influence our rights today? Think about it. How did he change the minds of people and make it different today? Turn to someone and talk to them.
How did Cesar Chavez influence our rights today?